Hello, everyone, and welcome to Carnival Cruising Podcastaways, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything Carnival Cruising related. My name's Trevor Shelby, and I am on the Carnival Breeze right now. How exciting is that? Please excuse if you hear the sounds of the wind and the waves. It's just a byproduct of what I'm going through right now. I'm so sorry. But you can live vicariously through me here, and maybe it'll encourage you to book in a cruise. And speaking of booking in a cruise, so we have the family reunion cruise that's going to be in May of 2023, and I think it's May 20th. I could be wrong. So I'm going to have details of that. If you guys want to join us, me and Mr. Kennedy are going to be there. There's going to be a lot of other small creators. We got the Parkers on the Go are going to be there. We're going to have Luggage will travel, my best friends. And yeah, I'm going to have all their contact info in the bottom here. But if you guys want to actually see what I'm doing right now, I am set up here at the Red Frog Pub, and I'm actually gonna do a little look around here. So if you want to see everything, hop on over to my YouTube over at youtube.com/peerrunners and check this out. So here it is. It is a beautiful day, guys. Just gorgeous. So, yes. It's so cool, and I'm having a lot of fun. My super cheap gimbal isn't the best, but it definitely has a stand. It extends, and so it's working for this purpose. The whole leveling out thing, it's not that great, but it is what it is. But I thought it would be fun if we went ahead and did a little review of the Carnival Breeze today, and that way, and we'll make it a bonus episode. That way I don't bore you guys with all the nitty-gritty details that we all went through. And so we've done it in the past with Mr. Kennedy. He did it with his trip on the Vista. And although it was a really good episode, I think it was one of our least performing episodes. So I wanted to kind of make it a bonus. You guys can listen to it. If not, we'll talk about it a little bit on the next episode, which this will probably come out after that. So I don't know. We'll see how this whole edit comes together. But right now, Megan's not with me. Sadly, she's doing her conference right now. She's actually presenting, so I'm excited for her. She doesn't ever present. I do at my job, and I'm not great at it, but she's very new, but I'm very confident that she's going to do a wonderful job. But yeah, we are having a blast this cruise. We're on the last sea day before we get back into Galveston, and I don't know, man. There was a hurricane in Mexico and all kinds of stuff going on, but we've got clear skies here where we are, and very calm seas too. I will say that I've had the bands on, the sea bands, and they've been remarkable. I've got a review on those coming up here soon. And so yeah, not bad though. Really enjoyed it so far. But so we drove in on Friday on the 27th. We drove overnight, which wasn't too bad. We did stop a couple times, and that was interesting, I guess you could say. So we had a lot of fun with driving through Dallas and Houston with very little traffic. But I did need to stop a couple times just to nap for an hour and a half, because we didn't leave until, what was it? It was 7 p.m. And yeah, it was it was very early morning. I was very tired driving, and I didn't want to make Megan drive. She was very stressed out as it was. And so I drove the entire way. I didn't mind. But I did get some naps in. It made things so much easier. So we got on board that next morning, and it was 11:30, or no, it was 11 o'clock when we were supposed to get on board. We actually did a little bit of exploring on Galveston Island. We stopped over at Goodwill, which is what we do every time we come here. You can always find all kinds of really cool shirts and all kinds of stuff. whenever you're there. You find some cruising memorabilia there too, like some, not just like new stuff, sometimes old stuff. So you just never know what you're going to find. But yeah, we did all that. We did a little exploring. Megan did some napping, and then we got on the ship. And our first night, I will say, we had a lot of fun, but we did get a lot of rest in because it was very crazy. So, as most of you know, I did the backpack challenge. So you'll have to stay tuned to my YouTube page to know how that went. But just a little tip, if you go to my Facebook page, and the link will be down in the description, I've got some fashion shows of what I've done. And yeah, they're very silly. But this has been a fantastic cruise experience. There have been some ups and downs on this. I will say one negative thing is pretty early on, somebody flushed something that they weren't supposed to flush down the toilet, and it stopped up the whole system for a while. And it seems like ever since then, like the sixth, like the fifth and sixth decks are just, they smell awful. I am thankful I'm a little bit higher. We're in a spa room right now, and that has been away from it all, but I do feel bad for the people that are on those decks that have to put up with that odor. But I also don't see this as much of Carnival's fault. It's more of like, just watch what you're doing. Don't flush what doesn't need to be flushed. That is a little ridiculous. We did have a pretty good time the first night. The second night was the first full sea day, so Megan had her first part of her conference, and so she went in there and took notes and did her thing, and I was just lazied about everywhere. I had a lot of fun. After that long drive, I was just kind of exhausted, and it was a good day to get some good R&R in. So there was a little bit of filming done on those days, but not like a huge amount. I did do some trivia. We got a lot of stuff done, ate a lot of food. And I will say that I did the sea day brunch, and if you're on Carnival Cruise and you do a sea day brunch and they have the banana cream pie, do it. It's amazing. It's the best pie I've ever had on Carnival, and I love banana pudding, so that's probably a lot to do with it, but oh my god, it was so good. I had 2 slices today. They had it twice on the sea day brunch, so it was the exact same menu both times. So I was like, I need 2 slices. We do have a wonderful room steward, or room stewardess, I guess you would say, Rosanna. She has taken care of us amazing. So I definitely sing her praises. And we had Imede as our head waiter in the main dining room, and he's done fantastic. Actually, today, he actually came over because he saw me at brunch, and he just wanted to make sure everything was good. He was like, hey, yeah, everything good, doing okay, you know? So I never had a waiter do that before. So I definitely sing his praises. So pretty good deal. I've had a lot of fun this cruise, I will say. So on Monday, the next day, we went into Cozumel. We stayed in port and had a good time. We didn't do a whole lot there. We went to Three Amigos and, oh, what else? We did some shopping. Megan had these little charm things that she's been trying to get all of, and we've been on like 10 cruises and never been able to get them all. And so she was able to finally get the charms that she needed, which was nice. And I was able to get a present for a couple people, so not a bad deal, really. I did go in and get a new t-shirt, so over at Ron John's Surf Shop, and I'm wearing it today because, yeah, I am running out of clothes quick on this one. So I definitely recommend, if you're doing something crazy like a backpack challenge, don't, if it's more than 5-day cruise, because yeah, I think I proved today you could do it with a backpack on a 5-day, but anything more than that, it's going to be rough. It's going to be real rough. So I'm glad I have a bag for my next cruise. But overall though, Cozumel was fantastic. I've never been to Three Amigos, so we had a lot of fun. It's a great atmosphere. And if you're staying in port and you just want to have a nice place where you can drink, have a good time, that's the place to do it. we did a lot of shopping. We went out for the first time, just had a good time. It was a lot of fun. So we thought about doing Mr. Sancho's, but with the chances of rain and everything else going on, it was just us two. We were kind of like, I don't know. So we went ahead and skipped the Mr. Sancho's. So after we got back from Cozumel, we did have a party that night. It was a big deck party, the white party, and I missed the memo on that one. I was dressed in all black, and yeah, everybody else was in white. And I was a little, I was like, well, I guess I should have known, but I was getting the white party mixed up with the silent party, and so yeah, that's my fault. I had a fantastic time, and yeah, I did all kinds of cha-cha slides and everything else. So I did a lot of dancing, so it was a lot of fun. I'd highly recommend, if you're going on a cruise, get out there and have fun. It's like Cookie says, he's our cruise director, Cookie. He says, you know, these people that are on this cruise, they're never going to see you again. So get out there and have fun. It's definitely true. So this is your cruise. You make it what it is. We've got a lot of people in our cruise group that are just angry about every little thing on this ship, and I'm having the most fantastic time. This is like cruise number 11, and I have not a thing to complain about except for the smell on those decks, and that doesn't really affect me. So yeah, I don't know what to say. A cruise is definitely what you make it. If you are going to be a fuddy-duddy, you're going to have the fuddy-duddy cruise. So yeah, out of 11 cruises, this has been the best one I've been on. So I'm hoping the Dream is just as good. So moving on to Tuesday of this week, we stopped in Progreso. And I've been to Progreso before, but I never realized that the pier was as long as it was. So for some reason, it just didn't click with me how big and long it is, 4 miles. It's like the 5th longest in the world, and it's the biggest on this continent. So we were told we left 3 people in port there. So I just want you guys to know, if you are not going on a Carnival cruise, make sure you get back in plenty of time to get back on the ship, because we left 3 people behind in Progreso, and that's really sad. Now, I do have a whole video that's going to go up about everything we did in Progreso, but we did a wonderful tour. We did the, what was it called? The White City or something like that? I don't know. We did a little tour, and then we looked at some monuments and everything there, and I've got a video that's going to go up on the YouTube page all about it. But we did the White City, and then we did the Gold City. So in this city, everything was painted gold. All the houses were either white or gold, and those were the only 2 colors that the people chose to paint their houses, and I thought that was pretty cool. So all residential buildings are either gold or white. There were a few like other buildings that were not, but I think it just kind of comes down to the personal preference on businesses and stuff. But this was a very kind of a sacred city. So it has a Catholic church. It's like the first Catholic church that was erected in the Americas. And this one was actually built on the ruins of a Mayan pyramid, and they actually used the Mayan pyramid to build this church. So they dismantled the pyramid to build this thing. It's pretty incredible. It's pretty large. You can see the stones and everything. You can tell that the thing's ancient. And it was built in like the 1500s. Hopefully my YouTube page will have a little bit more details on that. But 15 something. But no, it was a lot of fun. We took a horse carriage ride, and we had a wonderful lunch. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, I highly recommend that as well. That night they had a 80s party, and I did not go to that. I was ready for it. I actually have the clothing for it, and so it was one of the things that took up space in my backpack. But we didn't go because I was exhausted, and also we went to the 88 Keys show because we've never been to that one before, and this was the first time, supposedly, I guess, opening night that they were doing it. And I will say 88 Keys is fantastic. I don't think it's quite as good as Flick, but they're doing Flick tonight, and I think I'm not going to do it this cruise. I think we'll get on the Dream in a couple days, so I'll probably watch Flick there. But the guy that does the piano bar, he's actually leaving this cruise, and so they did like a special farewell to him, and so it was really cool. And he sang some really cool songs. Like, he sang a couple of songs that he wrote, and I got a couple clips of that. If I'm able to, I'll clip them in here so you guys can hear little bits and pieces of that. And really, that brings us to today. Today's Megan's doing her conference. I've enjoyed my day so far. I've lounged out. I've done several fashion shows. So you guys, if you're not following me on Facebook, you need to, because I've got several fashion shows going on right now, and they've been hilarious. I'll post my newest one on Carnival Cruising Podcastaways on our group page, so definitely go on there and check it out. You have to go to our main page, Carnival Cruising Podcastaways, and you can join our little group in there too. So we post all kinds of silliness and all kinds of stuff there. So definitely go there and check it out. Today's one is really good. I go down a staircase, so I'm excited about it. So yeah, tomorrow we get off the ship and we have 2 days in Galveston. I'm gonna retest for COVID tomorrow. We did spot tests today, and we're in the clear. So we'll be at Walgreens tomorrow after we get off the ship. We're gonna go get tested, get that done, so we can get our Verifly all updated and good to go. And then I think we're gonna go ahead and hit up some shopping and get some lunch somewhere. There is a pho place out there, or is it pho? I don't know. Anyways, it's called like Pho 20, and I always remember because it runs through 420. Not that that means anything to me. For some reason, that sticks out in my head. We may go eat there and have a good time. I don't know. And then I link up with Tom on Friday. So we're gonna record this week's episode, and this will come out as a little bonus. And so I hope you guys enjoy this little look at everything, and the sights and the sounds and the people all around. It's been a lot of fun. I'm getting more comfortable in the open, I guess you could say, where I don't mind talking into the camera when there's people around me so much. I've talked to a couple people on the ship that are YouTuber type people that have a lot of video equipment and stuff, and yeah, I think that you just got to get out and do it. So that's something I'm definitely getting more and more used to. Anyways, guys, I'll see you all next time. See you.